This one for WWE champions. Pay to win like every day, yeah.
I don't play mobile games.
Funny how they still think I'm a broke man.
Then I'm broke.
Even though I be pulling Hogan's. I spent like 40 grand on a couple thousand pictures of some sweaty men.
Now, what I'd like to do briefly is answer all of your questions, because people have been asking for the last couple of months, well, what is the status of DSP Gaming? You know, you had all these abusable memberships that were gifted to the channel. You know, this YouTube loophole where you could essentially mass buy memberships by using a VPN and buy them for pennies. So you could do like a 50 member bomb for like $2, right? And so it was killing this channel. People were coming and gifting memberships. And what ended up happening was everyone who normally would get a legit membership got a gifted one. So now they're like, well, I'm not going to buy one. I already got it. And sadly, I hate to say it, what happens is when people get something for free, now they tend to never want to pay for it ever again, right? Well, I already got it for free. So why would I pay for it on the back end? The problem with that is that memberships have been a key part of the success of this channel since I came to YouTube full-time 3 years ago. People, you know, always like the memberships. You get access to all these cool emotes that people are now using in chat. And by the way, enjoy the new ones, because every day it seems like we're getting some new ones now, thanks to my editing team who come in there and you know, willy-nilly check a trend. Like, for example, recently the red fedora has been a trend. So someone made a red fedora emote and people are really liking that one. Okay. So there you go. Anyway. So basically, all the people who used to have these memberships stopped paying for them because they were getting them for free. And it hurt this channel greatly at a time when already my channel was in decline because I was playing so many RPGs and I was losing views and engagement. Then people stopped paying for memberships. So to give you some perspective, okay, I actually looked into this to try to compare. Last year, around this time of the year, all right, and think of it this way. Around this time of the year last year was a very dramatic and negative time for me. I just come off the stupid Side Scrollers interview that essentially was a bait and switch. I thought it was one thing. It ended up being a way for them to basically make fun of me for weeks and make money on my behalf. And when they did that, a lot of people saw me in a very negative light. So actually support on this channel declined for a bit. Okay? And my memberships around this time of year last year were fluctuating between anywhere around, say, 550 members to up to like 700. Now, I've been above that. In fact, at the end of last year, I was over 800 members, okay? But it fluctuates. It goes all over the place, all right? But just to give you some perspective, you know, anywhere between like 550 to 700 was around where I was around April, May of last year. Well, finally, the air has cleared here with all these gifted memberships because as of like a few days ago, they all expired. And I looked into it. This channel was down to 300 members. I want you to think about that. So a channel that before all this happened, before people found a way to abuse the system, used to have between 550 to 700 pay memberships, now has less than half of what it used to have. And I want you to think about that because, you know, memberships cost, what, $4 on YouTube, and I get about $2 to $2.50 a cut for each membership. So just do the math. And that's every month I've lost that revenue that legitimately I had and I should have kept getting and would have kept getting if people didn't maliciously attack my business with this exploit. Okay? So the good news is, as of yesterday, people did support the heck out of this channel for the marathon. And I got about roughly, I think it was around like 70 to 80 legitimate memberships. I'm not exactly sure. It's always impossible to tell because with YouTube, they don't separate them out. Like, they're not going to say, oh, you got this many memberships of this tier, but then someone abused it and did the cheap ones here and this. They don't do that. They just group them all together. So it's almost impossible to tell. But I'm just guesstimating from what I saw at the end of the stream yesterday that probably between 70 and 80 new memberships came back. So I believe that as of like today or tomorrow, whenever they sink in my revenue, I should be up to like maybe 400 and so almost 500 memberships. Maybe. I'm not sure. I actually don't know yet, but that's what it's looking like. But I'm still way below where I would have been even last year. All right, at this point, at a low point, because this was at a low point last year during all the drama and the bullshit that was going on. And, you know, now I'm still below that and it sucks. You know, is it my fault? The only thing you could say is, yes, the RPG stuff, right? I chose to play RPGs for 2 straight months and make them the featured, stuff. And that killed a lot of the viewership, and I get that. But now that's over. And now, if you haven't noticed, the viewership's coming back. Every day now, when we're doing a variety of content, we're playing different games and things that you guys have asked for. It's coming back, and that's a good thing. And thank you if you're someone returning. But now I got to try to build the channel back up to where it was. And that's going to be a rough climb, especially when we're looking at the game schedule and we're like, there's like no big games here at all. There's nothing of any huge stature. There's no huge hyped AAA shit. The one thing is the Elden Ring DLC. Like, that's it. There's nothing else going on this holy fucking year right now. That would be like, wow, a giant, awesome game that everyone's excited for. Nothing. This year has been pretty underwhelming when it's come to game releases. It's just been RPG after RPG, and that doesn't make people excited that much on this channel, quite frankly. It's kind of a disappointing, a very disappointing gaming year so far. What's going on, everyone? Some people are saying hello. What's up, Maximum Turbo? What's up, Captain DCW? How you guys doing? So, that's what's going on. Right now the channel, sadly, it's coming back with views. It's coming back with engagement. Yesterday was a great step towards that with the birthday marathon where people were very supportive. But I'm still way behind where I was. And that's why things are tough and rough right now and tight, and it sucks. I don't like that. I like having that flexibility. Last year, things were getting much better by the end of the year. Basically, when Street Fighter 6 hit last year, it was going really, really good. And, by the end of the year, things were looking up. Like, wow, this next year could be great. Maybe I can finally do some upgrades to equipment. I could do this and that. And then immediately in January, the fake memberships hit. And it's like, well, what are you going to do now? I mean, who knew this exploit even existed or it could be this bad? And what's happened is a lot of people gravitated away from the channel during the RPG stuff. So now I'm doing what you guys want. It would absolutely be great if you could support the channel in some way, notably becoming a member. If you were one previously and you're not anymore, you're not going to get a free gifted membership, all right? When these trolls come in and try to do it now, I ban them. That way they don't hurt the channel anymore. So those days are over. It would be great if you could support the channel with a legit membership, or if you're a supporter of this channel and you like the content and you like the changes I'm making because I'm listening to feedback and trying to play the stuff you guys want, gifted memberships, legit gifted memberships, that is, would be absolutely appreciated. Okay? So please consider it. Those would be 2 great ways to help out the channel. Of course, there's many other ways as well that we talk about every day, but the memberships right now would be amazing, and it would be very helpful if I could get back to the level that I was at before all this nonsense. Like I said, back in December, we were over 800 members and climbing. It was going an upward trend, and it was only when this exploit was found and abused that basically this channel got hurt so badly. All right? So please consider helping this channel with a membership if you could. Okay?